Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I will show you how you can use GitHub in Android Studio. So basically GitHub is a version control system. So version control system is a system that developer used for developing their application in a version. So if a team is working on a source code or on a project, all team members can push or contribute to the source code. So this is the mechanism that is used for developing code or project in a team. So let's start. First of all, you need to have Git. If you don't have Git, you can install. You can go to Google and search for download Git and go to gitscm.com and choose Windows version and you will get an installer, and you can choose and you can download and install it. After installing, you can check whether it is installed correctly or not. You can go to start menu and search for command prompt and type git // version, and you will be shown that you have installed Git successfully. After this, let's see, you have Android Studio welcome screen. So here you can use get from version control if you have any project code on GitHub, like if you have if you have my GitHub repository, you can see I have some Android codes like Android address book series, so and Android Arc Java. So I will choose Android Arc Java and go to code and copy that GitHub link. When it will be copied, you can go to Android Studio and get from version control and paste that URL here, and that project will be opened in the Android Studio. But here we are discussing that how we can use GitHub to push our source code or release our source code on GitHub. So I will create a new project, basic activity, next, and finish. So this is the simple way that you can create a project on GitHub, and we will be discussing that how we can use Android Studio to push our code on the GitHub. Pushing means that you are releasing your source code from Android Studio to the outside online. So once it's loading, I will go to file, setting, and I will go to version control and GitHub. So here is GitHub. So I will click add and I will choose my login, my username and my password. So you have to use that. If you don't have that account, you can sign up for GitHub, and a tab will be opened in your browser from where you can sign up for your account. So I have already logged in, so it is not showing me sign up page. so you will be sign up for your GitHub account. So that is needed for that stuff. So once you have your account on GitHub, you will go to setting GitHub and add. Here you will use your username and password and click login. So once it is login, after that you will go to VCS and enable version control integration. Choose this and choose Git and OK. And after that choose project and Git and add. So these are the steps that you can follow if you need to use GitHub. And here we created a local copy on our system of this code. So now we want to share our project on the GitHub, so a team or a group of person can integrate their source code or their contribution to the code. So go to VCS and choose import into version control and share project on GitHub. So I will choose that default name my application, or I can choose another name, git test git. You cannot use spaces, you have to use dash or underscore git test lesson, and you can use description for that project, YouTube demo, and click share. So here it is processing and I will click add initial commit. So once it's completed, all of this code Android Studio project will be uploaded on the GitHub, and it is very useful because once you have code in your PC, if your PC Windows is corrupted or any other issue, your source code is safe on the GitHub. You can go to any laptop and log into your GitHub account and go to Android Studio and get the source code from GitHub. So it is very useful, and also very useful if you are working in a group or team. But the problem is that your source code will be open source or shared. It is not private, it is for the public. So if you have your private repository, the same steps you can follow, but you have to use GitHub private account. So the public account is free, but the private account is not free. So you have to purchase that subscription so you can choose your private repository. So this code is pushed to the GitHub or released to the GitHub. I will go to my account and your repositories, and here you can see that git test version is here because it is released from Android Studio from my PC to the GitHub, and it is available online. So this is the step that you can follow if you want to use GitHub in your system. So let's see how it works. So here I am changing my code. I am adding a new activity. I will choose and write a new activity, empty activity, and main activity 2, and click finish. So here you can see I am adding some new code, adding new files. So here it is asking that do you want to add this file to your Git repository. So I will choose remember. So every time I will add a new file, it will not show me that dialog, and automatically it will choose add to GitHub, and I will click add. So this new file and its layout file are everything that is changed from starting point to that point. It is added to the GitHub, but it is saved locally, not on the GitHub online. It is saved locally. So every commit that you have a local copy and you have a remote copy. So but when we use add commit, that file is available on the local. So I have to choose push. So I will commit and choose a commit message. So you have to choose commit message. I will choose 1 and commit. I will choose commit and push. And I will click commit and push. And I will choose push. So now the local copy that is residing on my PC is also available online. So it is pushing. So what is pushing? Pushing means that you are pushing your local copy to the online, to the server, to the GitHub. So that is pushing. So let's see, refresh that and go to app, source and main and that package. So you can see that you have a main activity. Let's refresh it. Main activity 2. So this is the main activity 2 that we have created in the Android Studio and then push to the GitHub. So let's see, if you want to create a new branch. Branch means that you are following the steps, that step 1, step 2. In the first step you have achieved some goal, in the second step you have achieved another goal. So all these steps will be representing as a branch in the GitHub. So if you want to create a new branch, go to VCS and Git, and here you can create a new branch, but I will choose here. So this is the option for a new branch. I will choose new branch and I will choose second and create. So this is the checkout. Checkout means that we are moving from our previous branch to this second branch. So all of these, the new code will be available on the second branch. The master branch will be stayed here and we are using the second branch. So this is the checkout that we want to check out. Checkout means that all of our code will be moved to the second branch and we are working with the second branch now and not the previous branch. So let's see, we want to commit and 3 or 2 and commit. So once we have created that, if you can go to git test version, the main root, you can see you don't have, because you have not pushed that. So push it, commit, and this commit and push. First you have to commit because you don't have pushed. So first commit, and then make some change. and then click and choose commit and push. So the push step is complete, and I can see that if I refresh that, I can see my new branch. So branch means that you are moving to another branch, and you have moved your code to another branch, and the previous branch is completed and you are moving to another branch. So if you want to, anytime if you have issue in your current branch, you can go to previous branch, so the previous code will be shown, because you have created a branch, so the previous code is there and the new code is there. If you have any issue in the new code, you can go to previous branch anytime, so you don't have a reason that you cannot use and you cannot go back. So the steps are there, you can easily go to your previous branch. So these are the steps you can follow if you want to use GitHub in your Android Studio projects.